Okay, what we're going to be doing here is this is actually an invitation to sales directors, marketing directors in senior communities throughout the United States. We want to show you how easy this is for a family that enters your community for the first time to find out whether or not there might be money to help them pay to become a resident of your community. And we're going to do a little bit of role play, but for me, it's not role play necessarily because I've been in this position. I've been a sales director, marketing director for two of the largest senior living communities or organizations in the United States. So we're going to role play this, but again, I speak from experience. So I'm going to play the role of David, the sales director, and I'm awaiting. And by the way, I just got notified by somebody in my office, the receptionist, that the scheduled tour with Mary Doe and her father Martin is right here. So I'm walking out of my office right now. So I hear the door open. There they are in the lobby. Mary, this is David. Welcome to my community here. We're glad that you came here, and I assume that this is Martin, your dad.
Hi, David. Thank you so much for having us here.
Well, thanks so much for coming here. And I tell you what, why don't we do this when we get started here? Let's just walk into my office. We've got a table there. And by the way, before we ever get started, I want to ask Martin, are you a veteran? And if Martin says yes, I'm going to say, first of all, I would say, thank you so much for your service to our country. And the reason that I ask Martin and Mary is that there may be a benefit, a VA benefit, that would be very helpful for Martin in order to help him pay for his stay here or the time that he is here if he decides that he wants to become a resident here in this community. It's a little known benefit. It's been around for 60 years. And I tell you what, let me pull up this website, seniorvet.org. And Mary, if you would sit down here for just a moment and take a look at this brief video with Brian Williams of NBC News. And it's only about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And let me know when you're finished with that. So I'm assuming that Mary has already clicked on that. She's finished it. And then she would say to me,
David, I think that my father might qualify for this benefit.
so Mary, why don't you do this? Why don't you just take your mouse, your cursor, and just move it right over to that Start Here button and click on that. And in about 4 minutes, you're going to find out whether your dad has this benefit that nobody's known about for a long time that would really help him pay for his care wherever he wants it delivered. So what she's doing right now, she's just filling in this information, and we would encourage you to go ahead and experiment with this and put it in on your own. The only thing that you have to put in that is valid, that is live, would be your email addresses. You can make up anything else as far as your addresses. Put in Mary Doe or John Doe, it just doesn't matter. And you can see what the family would see, what the family member would see. So now she's selecting she's a family member. This is her dad's name is Martin, and everything goes along real smoothly. She's self-directed here. This what she's clicking on now is she's found out that she's gotten this referral from a senior community. That's my community. And then she's going to put in my email address. And you'll find out later because I'm going to get a nice little thank you from her. So she clicks on the button, she sees this, and it says, Dear Mary, and she can just go with it from there.
Dear Mary, please answer the following questions regarding Martin's VA claim. We will verify your contact information again prior to emailing you to ensure that the appropriate claim forms are sent.
So at this point in time, Mary decides she's going to continue, and she's just going to answer the questions as they pertain to her father.
Question number 1. Is the claimant over the age of 65 or permanently and totally disabled? Yes. Did the veteran serve at least 90 days of active service? Yes. Did the veteran receive an honorable discharge? Yes. Did the veteran serve at least 1 day of active duty during one of the wartime periods listed below? Overseas or actual combat is not required. Yes. Number 5. Prior to submitting this claim, will the claimant be able to certify that he or she is paying for their long-term care from personal funds?
She may be asking you at this point in time if she could get some clarification for this, and this is how I would answer it. Mary, if your dad was to become a new resident here at this community, he would be paying for the charges here out of his own personal funds. So in this case, I would answer it as yes. Now, one thing to be noted here, the minute that she does that, the minute that Mary, the family member, has done that, she's answered yes to the first 5 questions, this is really done. The next questions are just more of housekeeping questions, so to speak. And this next question number 6, which is a question about liquid assets, it doesn't matter whether she answers as yes or no. She will answer that according to what her situation is with her dad, and in this case, she's going to answer it as yes.
Excluding a home, vehicles, and personal belongings, does the claimant's liquid assets exceed $30,000? Yes.
Once again, that question did not indicate or did not reflect at all in terms of eligibility. It's just more of a question that we would need to keep track of, and that's it. Now, the next question regards marital status.
The claimant is single, married, surviving spouse. My father is single.
And the last thing that she's going to fill out is just a confirmation. As you can see up at the top, there is in the title, it's a single confirmation form. So we want to verify all of the information that she put in previously, like we'd ask her for, and we said that we were going to do. So that's what she's doing right now. And again, if you're doing this as a test, and please do this as a test, go ahead and fill in anything that you want, but just make sure that the email addresses that you put in are valid emails. So you'll see what she's going to see here in just a moment.
Mary, congratulations. It appears that Martin satisfies all criteria required by the VA to initiate a claim for the non-service connected disability pension. Therefore, a complete claim application along with an instructional video will be sent to my address after you click on continue at the bottom of the page.
So Mary's going to click continue, and at this point in time, everything is going to be sent to her email. She's completed the process. And this is what she's going to see when she opens up her email. And I would encourage you, highly encourage you, to allow Mary to open up her email so she can see exactly what it is that's awaiting for her. And what this is a confirmation that her dad will be able to file a claim for the VA's non-service connected disability pension as a single claimant, and the maximum benefit amount for that is $1,644 a month. This is money that she had no idea, nor did Martin have any idea, was available to them before they got into your community this afternoon. Along with that, what she's going to see is at the bottom of the page, she will see the attachment for all of the forms that would be incumbent upon her to fill out and send back to Senior Veterans LLC. So we verify that, sign off on it, and submit it to the VA. And she has an instructional video that helps her with any of those forms. And we have a 72-hour time limit that we use when we get this from them, and we will notify Mary as to the fact that we received it, we've reviewed it, we've moved it on to the VA processing center, or we need additional information. But it's incumbent upon her to do it, and do it quickly. The next thing you're going to see is what I would receive as a good guy marketing director, sales director, because I was the one that told them about this benefit before they ever got there. And this is the thank you that I would receive. And you will notice that it's not addressed to me. There is no mention of the claimant's name or the primary contact's name because that's for confidentiality. But what we're asking you to do is refer somebody again. This has all taken place in just a few minutes. And so now, as Mary sits there with her father and you can talk about the great benefits and features of the community that you're at, she knows and he knows that there is, for him, for Martin, there's a VA benefit that's absolutely free of about $1,644 a month that he can get if he becomes a resident of that community or some other community. So this is what we wanted to say with this is it's so easy, and all you have to do is ask the question and then let the family member do it on their own. Just refer them to that site, seniorvet.org, refer them to the Brian Williams NBC video, and you're done.